This podcast is brought to you by Elite Level Status Wines. My wine journey started with drinking cheap grocery store wines that were really acidic and gave me headaches. Then I switched to quote unquote luxury, but overpriced, full-bodied wines that were really heavy and had a bad aftertaste. The inability to find the perfect wine led to the creation of Elite Level Status Wines. Elite Level Status Wines are approachable, medium-bodied wines with great flavor and minimal aftertaste. And with me being a health-conscious person, I wanted to create a wine that was lower in sugar and lower in calories than the full-bodied mass-produced wines that we always see. We currently have two wines. First is our Cabernet. It has notes of blackberry, cinnamon, plum, nutmeg, and French vanilla. Then we also have our rosé wine. Our rosé is going to be a flat, dry, pink rosé with subtle strawberry and raspberry flavors. Both wines are medium-bodied wines with less sugar and less calories, and they're both available on my website, elsfinewine.com. Check them out, and I hope you love it. Thanks for clicking the link and checking out the Elite Level Status podcast. Since you're here, I have a special offer just for you. It's 15% off either of my wines. So click the link below and check them out, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Elite Level Status podcast, you can catch us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Today, we're talking about dating from a male perspective. So I have a special guest in here. His name is Gage. Hey, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, dude. It's a serious pleasure. We had a couple road bumps getting here, but we made it, so it's all good.
Awesome. So first question, man, just give us a little bit about your background and what you do for a living.
Yeah, I own a construction company. Mainly we work on the exterior of residential homes. We do some commercial stuff too. Started that in 2023, have scaled it now to $7 million a year in revenue and 30 different employees, plus me, team of 31. Okay. And and then we're also making a big push on the social media stuff recently, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but I had some life incidents that happened that I've been talking about more, and little by little, the social media is starting to blow up. So it's no longer an experiment. We're putting a lot of business resources into that now too. So those are the two things. My business is in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm there about 3 weeks out of the month, and then I'm down in Vegas working on our other business like 1 week out of the month. So awesome. Got a house in both spots. So,
awesome.
Yeah, man.
I love it, man. So let's jump right into it. What are some of your just overall thoughts on the modern dating market?
So, interesting question. I've got like my perspective personally for like how my experience has been. And then I also have like the observations of what a lot of other people are going through, which are kind of separate experiences, honestly.
Okay. So start with your personal experience, and then we can observe other people.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, I got to say, like, first of all, I'm an eternal optimist to begin with anyway. But things go pretty well for me, man. Like, it's never been easier to stand out, I think, in a lot of areas. And dating is not really any different. Like, if you do some of the basics and you care about yourself a little bit and have some respect for yourself, other people pick up on that, and you'll do all right in life in general. So
for guys that may be curious, what are just some of the basics things that men can do to help themselves with women?
All of the most obvious things you could think of. Hygiene.
Yeah.
Freaking, I get my hair cut every 10 days. Yeah. I'm always wearing clean clothes. If a shirt's wrinkled, I don't try to put it on, even though my seatbelt might have got me on the way over here. But, showering when you need to shower. Like, dude, I can't believe the amount of stories I hear from women about other guys that are like, he smelled bad on the date. Or like, the most simple things that if you've got half a brain, you'll make sure handled. Yeah. But a lot of people aren't doing like the most basic stuff.
And listen, I think this is a great point by you. I think sometimes let's not overthink it. Make sure you smell good. Make sure you look good. Make sure you have on nice clothes. I feel like sometimes men, they may like try to buy flowers and things like that, but their shirt is wrinkled. And it's like, no, like let's make sure that you do everything that is within your control.
Yeah.
A lot of this is not in your control, but there's certain things that are.
Yeah.
And you need to control what you can control. You know, shaving, smelling good, nice clothes. Those are things that every man can make sure he's on top of.
I mean, showing up on time, paying for stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm a little old school. Like, I refuse to have a woman spend $1 on me. Like, again, to me, all this is very basic, really instinctual stuff. But like I said, I can't believe the amount of stories that I hear, which, I mean, listen, I think in general in life, if you're having something, if you're getting a certain result, the quickest answer is usually going to be in the mirror, like almost always. So
that is A+ advice for sure. For sure. So what are some of the things that you observe from other people that you think are issues in modern dating?
So, I mean, first of all, you got to control the things you can control, right? But you're exactly right. Like, there are certain conditions right now with the opposite sex. And I'm sure the ladies feel the same about us, right? But you got to have a strong filter right now. There's a lot of trash. Like, people are being influenced by all different types of things, right? The mainstream media, social media, and a bunch of people are getting a bunch of bad ideas right now. And so, like, I think it's never been more important to have, like, a strong filter. I think most of the bad stories I hear from friends, like, you know, girls being out in the streets too much, or, you know, whatever the negative trait is, I think a lot of that is self-inflicted as well. Like, you should have a filter. Why are you spending more than 2 hours with that person?
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I like to do. Like, when I'm on any sort of a date, I am observing everything for the first 3 dates. And the second there's anything that is something that I know long-term is not going to be something I'll put up with.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to go somewhere else, dude, because there is plenty of good girls out there. I can promise you that.
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
Plenty of awesome. My biggest problem these days is like, it's hard for me to decipher which best girl I would like to spend my most time with, because there really are, if you do the right things, you can run into some just amazing people in this world, dude.
Yeah.
Period. So
totally agree, man. Totally agree. Do you feel like what women say they want in a man matches up with the types of men that they actually date?
In general, no. Like, in general, and like specifically, right? I think a lot of girls, they want something that is not compatible with the other, right? So if you're in a dark alleyway with a man, chances are you want somebody that could protect you if shit went south, right?
Yeah.
Fair to say. I think every woman would say, like, I don't want a guy that's going to cower and I'm going to end up dead in that alleyway. But then you hear the term emotionally available constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Successful, like, good guys are not generally super emotional. As a matter of fact, a man who is a slave to his emotions is a dangerous man.
Yeah.
And is really not somebody that I would ever want my daughter. I've got a 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coaching her on these things. You want a man that's in control of his emotions. And listen, like, if your man is out there spending 60, 70, 80 hours a week working, when he gets home, you got to just understand what that creature is.
Yeah.
He's maybe not going to want to get into the details of all the emotional things of your day.
Right.
And if he has that response to you, and that's the type of man you chose, you just have to understand that.
Yeah.
There are plenty of emotional guys out there. If a girl wants an emotionally available guy, like, make sure you're ready for that trade out, right?
Right.
So I think where girls get tripped up is they're wanting their cake and eating it too a lot of times. And generally, like, a really strong, successful man is going to carry that in other areas of his life and be stoic.
Yeah.
And you got to be willing to accept that if that's the kind of man you want.
I mean, that is very well said by you. I think that men strive to be pillars of consistency.
Yep.
And I think that sometimes with that, opening up to your girl, that's not going to happen. Men want to show strength at all times. I think overly emotional men, they won't do well in business.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of alludes to what you said previously. So I think a lot of times, you know, I want to do this show to help men and women come together, right?
For sure.
I think that when women say what they want, when men ask, hey, what do you want in a guy? I think that women say traits that make them comfortable
Yes.
in a relationship. I want someone caring, nurturing, emotionally available, right?
Yeah.
But those traits aren't necessarily what will make them attracted to a man.
Yeah.
What will make them attracted to a man is a guy that's strong.
Yeah.
You know, a guy that has the traits that typically, unfortunately, they will attach to someone that they'll call toxic or a player, you know, someone tall, successful, good looking. That's what they're actually attracted to, but it's not in their nature to come out and say that when asked, what do you want in a man, right?
Yeah.
So I think that the men that don't understand this, they're going to try and go buy flowers and share their emotions with them.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a turnoff when you're trying to pursue and get a girlfriend. Maybe if you want to open up more when she's your girlfriend or your wife, maybe that's way down the line. But when you're trying to start a relationship, I think that listening to women from that standpoint is not going to help you because they're explaining traits that make them comfortable.
100%.
Not what they're attracted to.
100%.
And I think that's what men, when you're trying to get a girl, you got to be able to understand that concept before you can move forward.
100%.
Because if you don't, I think that those are the guys that buy flowers and then it doesn't work. Now they resent women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas like, listen, like if she's not attracted to you, you can buy all the flowers you want. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You got to build attraction first. And that goes back to what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Yep.
Dress well. Be successful. Be a good man. Those things create attraction.
Yeah.
When she's attracted to you, then you can buy her flowers or whatever. So
100%. And I would just tell ladies too, by the way, if that's what you want the guy who is all those things, right? Those guys put in the hours. They work hard. Like, be ready for all the stuff that comes with that. Because it's not always as... I find when the reality of being with a man like that hits the road, the rubber meets the road, like some girls don't like only seeing their man once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So just some advice, like guys who make money are not always going to be the most available emotionally or otherwise because they're out, you know, when you're 45, you can enjoy the fruits of all that, you know? So.
And to that point, I think that attractive women, you know, I think more relationships happen organically for them because men are hitting on them. They're being pursued.
Yes.
And so I don't think that they understand sometimes that a successful guy, if he doesn't come from money or something and he has to build from scratch, like yourself.
Yeah.
There is a tenacity and a work ethic that goes into that. Yeah. When you finally start becoming successful, all your life you've tried to talk to these women, especially the attractive women. You haven't had the success that you want.
Yeah.
Now, when you become successful and you start having success with women, you kind of want to see what's out there sometimes and really understand, okay, what are your options now?
Yep.
Now that you're finally having the success that you've been craving your entire life. But when you get to that point, if you're talking to women your same age, they're probably wanting something more of like, okay, I want you to settle down, only focus on me. So the timelines don't always match up. And I think that causes problems as well.
No, 100%. So, yeah, man.
Do you think material assets like cars and money help in attracting women?
I think if you want to attract the most beautiful women on the planet, which like that's my personal goal, right? I want to have a woman that's a 10 out of 10 in looks and everything else.
Exactly.
Right? So one's, by the way, not good enough. Like she's got to be sweet. She's got to be loving. She's got to be traditional. She's got to be beautiful, all that stuff, okay? The top 1% of women, like they're probably not going to deal with a guy that doesn't have some of the material stuff. But all that does is get you in the game, right?
Yeah.
So you could have all the material things in the world, but if you don't do the basics, right? Like no girl, you can be a billionaire if you stink like shit. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. No girl's gonna want to be around you.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah, that's the answer to that. For sure, it helps, but if you don't have other assets about your personality, if you're not in shape, if you're not all that stuff, like for the best girls in the world, you got to be just like you want a full package.
Yeah.
You want a 10 out of 10 everywhere. That's what they're looking for too.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I think that a lot of women, especially in Vegas, they get a bad rap for being materialistic or gold diggers or whatever it is. I think that men fail to realize the female experience for an attractive woman, she is getting offers that you couldn't imagine. And so it's like, you can try to lead with money, but at this point, when she's past 22, 23, 24, she's probably already been on a private jet. She's probably already been in a Lambo. She's probably already done this stuff, right? Yeah. So her level of just what she thinks is normal for her is like, okay, if my last 3 exes have all been multi-millionaires, then she's not going to really give a lot of her time to someone that's less than that. That doesn't make her a bad person, right? No. It's just her calibration is different. So if you want to talk to her, you need to be able to get her to notice you. Yeah. And I think that's where the material things come in, like you said.
And honestly, dude, I think when you really get to talking to the vast majority of women, they actually don't put enough stock in a guy's success level, right? Like a lot of girls' problems, and I hate to say this, I'm sorry. A lot of girls' problems are like dating broke guys. Yeah. Like all the stuff they describe, I'm like, oh, a guy who had any level of success would never even it would never occur for him to act that way. Mm. So I teach, again, I have a 7-year-old daughter. I'm not speaking out of what I think here. This is stuff I'm putting into practice. I've been telling her since she was 2 years old, you are not to date a man that doesn't have some sort of financial resource. Yeah. Under no circumstance. Yeah. Because if a guy has that, it means a whole bunch of other shit about him. Yeah. It means he can get along with others. Exactly. It means he can be disciplined. Yep. It means he can show up on time. It means he can make the trains run on time. It means he can solve problems, right? As ladies, you should put high stock on if your man can solve every problem you can bring to him. Right. Can you call your man at 3:00 in the morning, tell him 5 minutes of issues, and he says, all right, give me 10 minutes, I'll be there. And he snaps his fingers and all your stuff disappears, right? Yeah. That's the number one thing that I want my daughter. When I die, I'm her problem solver, right? When I die, it's very important to me that she's got a man who can do all of those things. I tell her, you need a man that's more rich than your dad, better looking, taller, stronger, funnier, loves you more, all of those things. Yeah. And number one, a guy's success level monetarily is going to say just so much, speaks so much volume about everything else about him. Yeah. So.
I mean, that is incredibly well said. And, that's kind of counterintuitive to what people hear. Yeah. But you are right. I've never really heard it articulated like that. But yeah, a guy's success level doesn't just show you how much money he has. It says a lot of other stuff about him. Because how he got there, responsibility, professionalism, problem solving.
Listen, the supercars don't show up in the driveway for no reason. Right. Somebody didn't just drop them off. Say, hey, right?
Yeah, especially as a man.
Right? Yeah. And that's another point too, is it's a long, hard slog as a man. If a girl wants to go on a private jet or a yacht and she's 18, 19 years old, she's got to either walk outside or go on her Instagram and click a button.
Boom, she's got it.
If you and I want to get on one, we got to buy one. We got to make $100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little different. And listen, I wouldn't trade, but to be clear, I wouldn't trade girls for the experience that they got to do and the things they got to navigate. But ours, there's no arguing that in general, ours is going to take a little bit more time. Yeah. So,
well said.
Yeah.
What traits does a woman need to show for you personally to take her seriously?
This is so hilarious that this question's coming up because this was in practice yesterday. My friends were with me, my VPs. So the number one thing I need to know immediately is a woman gonna trust me to make the decisions, and is she gonna submit to me? Okay. I'm not interested in having arguments with my female, right? I'm not interested in having stress added to my plate. I'm not interested in a challenge. A lot of girls say oh, if you date a girl like that, you're going to get bored. You need a challenge. There is nothing I want less than a challenge for my woman when I get home. Every day, all I face is challenges.
It's challenges, yes.
I don't need to add one that's in general, literally meaningless. I've had women that argue over nothing. When I was younger, I would tolerate that because a girl was at a certain level looks-wise or whatever. In my older, tender age of 34 going on 35, it's the second a woman argues with me about really anything, because I don't give reason to argue, right? I pay your bills. I take care of everything. I make sure you're having a fun life. I provide for everything, right? Yeah. If a woman's with me, her life is effectively free. Yeah. So I better at least have the return benefit that when I get home, there is no noise. Yeah. I don't need noise. I got plenty of it everywhere else. A woman's job in my life is to make my life tranquil, right? In general. And there's a bunch of other stuff that goes into that. But when I get home, I better feel at peace, and I better talk about like a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Like my house, I better not come home to bullshit.
Yeah.
The second I do, I'm just going to go somewhere else. It's fine.
Yeah.
So.
And I love that. I don't want to speak for all men, but I agree with everything that you just said there. But I think that's a fair ask because you are doing the things to allow a woman to submit to you.
100%.
You're working hard. You're building your business. You are paying her bills. So in exchange for that, all you ask for is tranquility. Peace. Very well said by you. You have problems and issues and things that you have to solve all day long. When you come home, your home needs to be a safe space. You don't want any more problems from your woman.
And by the way, if your man, ladies, if your man is unwilling to do all of that, for sure, don't submit to him. Right? Like, it goes back to, don't go doing that for a broke boy who's not helping you. And making sure that your life is good.
I think that's fair.
But if a man is doing that for you, like, you need to really understand how rare that is and how special it is. And if I were any lady out there and I had that, I would treat it with utmost respect and fragility because it can go away. Like, there are men on the planet that have all the same options as the women that you mentioned, right? So just... ladies, keep that in mind. I would just say that.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Do you care about a woman's past and like her body count?
Okay. Yes, very much. Just like I don't think nearly enough girls place enough value on a guy's success level and financial status. I don't think nearly enough men place enough value on a woman's purity. Okay. That's as important as it gets, which is, okay, same thing. All my guy friends that have the most problems in their dating life, it's same comparison to a girl dating a broke boy. They're dating girls that have had a little bit too much experience in this life. So obviously they're going to have baggage. Listen, I don't want a girl that's had 5 boyfriends that have broken her heart. Why would I put up with a girl that's got that type of damage that's going to put those things on me? When I can just go date a girl that's 19 and never had a boyfriend before and is sweet to me and doesn't, put things that are not my business on my plate. If like my number one pet peeve is a girl to say, well, that's a sensitive subject for me because my ex used to do that. Guess what, sweetheart? I'm not your ex. Okay. I'm not him. I don't know why. If I had told you my ex-girlfriend used to do that, that bothers me. You'd think I was stupid for saying it. So I don't understand why girls are so free. And girls, please, I'm teaching my daughter this. Same thing. Protect your purity, man. You get to 20, 21, 23, and you've never had a boyfriend before, you can attract the best quality man on the planet. So just do everything you can to protect that and try to find the man that you want to be with as soon as you possibly can. So
I think that's very well said. I feel like sometimes women can get resentful of older men, 30s, 40s, 50s, dating women in their 20s, and they can't understand why. They're like, why don't you want to date a woman your age? I think the reasons for that are what you just said.
It's the same reason I'd rather drive a 2026 Lamborghini Huracan compared to a 2009 Toyota Supra. Right? Like, that Supra is going to have some problems. The brand new car is under warranty. I don't have to worry about it. There's no bullshit. Like, it's a lower maintenance option, which again, like any guys that have any level of success, the most valuable resource in their life is not money or it's their time. Right? Why am I going to spend a bunch of time on in a situation that could create a bunch of problems for me when there are other options that reduce the likelihood that I'm going to have those same problems? That's the direction I'm always going to go. And ultimately, ladies, hear me say this. Men vote with their feet. They go where like they're getting the best deal. So if you want the best man that you can find, I would suggest strongly that you present to him the best deal he could possibly find. Be the best deal on the table, and you're never going to have a problem finding a good man.
Men vote with their feet. That is a fact.
100%. And by the way, women do too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, people in general. Yeah. That's true. If you are the best option,
you're going to get chose.
Exactly.
It's schoolyard rules.
Yeah.
For kickball, the kid that was a foot taller than everybody else and could run faster is getting picked first.
Yeah.
So that's how life works, dude.
Yeah,
so
for sure. But no, I love what you said that, like, I don't want to hear about problems that all your exes caused. I'm not those guys. I'm not going to pay for what your exes did.
Yep. And by the way, if you've got an issue with something I've done, wonderful. Yeah. I'm happy to discuss that.
Yeah.
You don't like something I did or whatever, hey, is there a different way we could do this? Great. Any problems that have to do with me directly and my behavior, I'll own up to those.
Yeah.
But you better not put no bullshit from an ex relationship on me that happened 9 years ago when I didn't even know you yet.
Right.
That's literally none of my business.
Right.
So
I love that. Love that. So we've already mentioned to bring peace to a relationship, to protect your purity.
Yep.
If you were to give advice from a male perspective to women that have a guy that they're attracted to and they want to get his attention and get in a relationship with him, what advice would you give to women in order to get the guy that they like to be attracted to?
Okay. How much trouble do we want to get in today, Will? Okay. Ladies, if you want the best men on the planet, go chase them. Girls have an ego about that for some reason. Why? So, like, again, if put it this way, if you want a man that's above you in status, which I don't know a single girl that's like, yeah, I'll date down 3 levels.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that, right? You got to make yourself stand out to that guy. Because again, it's very likely that the man that you want has those options. You got to, it's what I said before, you got to make sure you're the best deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an attention economy, right? You got to make sure you're on the radar.
Yeah.
So like if a girl approaches me and shows interest in me, there's nothing sexier than that.
Right. Like,
oh, I don't have to guess on this one. Cool. And then she keeps treating me nice. And then she, like you can open the door. Any guy you want, ladies, you approach him. You should not have an ego about that. And you don't want guys that are going to chase you over and over again. Girls take pride in being like, "Oh, I'm the prize. I'm going to let men chase me." Okay, you're going to get the type of guys that chase girls
that chase you. Exactly.
Is that the highest quality man?
Yeah.
Like probably not, right? So it's all like very logical stuff. And ultimately, dude, I think just it's really sad, but our society's been, like I said at the beginning of this, poisoned by like a bunch of really bad ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And if people just were a little bit more accepting of what human nature is and more honest with themselves, you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. If you're really honest with what you want and how to get it, it'd come to you a lot easier in the dating pool, men and women. So
yeah. I think that women, they see themselves as the prize. They want that guy to make the first move.
Yeah.
I feel like women will see the man of their dreams walk into a room and have a chance to talk to him. Oh. And they will let him just sit there and leave and not do anything because he didn't approach them first.
You could have married that dude just by saying hello.
Yeah.
And you let him walk out the door.
And we're not saying, ladies, you need like a whole bunch of like pickup lines. And I mean, it could be a simple, it could literally, you didn't have to talk.
Wave.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you
look in my direction,
if you carry yourself well, if you carry yourself like a real woman,
mm-hmm.
and you do it could be a simple wave, a head nod, staring at me. You just make it know, like you said. Oh, I don't have to guess.
Make it obvious that you do this at the bare minimum. Make it obvious that you'd like that guy to approach you. That's real simple.
That's yes,
and you don't even have to make the move. Just make it obvious.
Just make it obvious that you want him to come, and then
it's not difficult.
That's probably the number one thing. Because this is so true. Like, can you imagine that? Like a classy woman, just making it clear, hey, you should come over here and talk to me.
Yeah, you don't got to buy us a drink, dude.
No,
like it's not that serious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's excellent advice. And again, women are going to push back, but I think if you want the highest quality man, like you said, if you're only going to talk to men that chase you, you got to be satisfied with those results.
And then you need to ask yourself, why does that man have the need to do that in the first place? Right? Like that means he's not attracting much attention from the opposite sex. Well, why is that? What are the reasons? What are the potential reasons that could be happening?
Yeah.
And at the bare minimum, you need to ask yourself those questions before you get involved with somebody. And a lot of girls don't, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this guy's chasing me the most. He's the best one. Incorrect. Right. Improper technique.
Right.
Like, so.
Yeah, I love that. With everything you know now, if you could give yourself dating advice back when you were 21 years old, what would you tell yourself?
Dude. Well, we don't have 16 hours to film right now, so I'll abridge the list a little bit. But, I mean, all the lessons you could write a book on all the things that you did wrong when you were 17, 18, 19, 25, right? Number one, exactly what we were just talking about. There's no need to chase, especially when you're younger. Focus on inputs. And I was lucky and listen, this is why I've had the experiences that I have, you want to put some money in the bank for later on in life, right? Dude, if you're a man at age 19, 20, 21, if you're of a certain DNA, you are just building yourself into what you're going to be one day, right? So don't be in a rush as a guy. I always say this. Guys should not be in a rush at all to get married, and a woman should. I don't think a guy should probably get married until he's at least 30. And I think a girl should try her very best to be married before she's 25. Okay. That's when each of us start to peak in our values in the dating market. Yeah. Okay. So that would be huge advice. I was in a big rush. I would slow down. I would focus on all the things I was focusing on, which is my career and my physical strength and being in shape and hone in all those things. Get charismatic quick. That's another simple thing is I think women get bored very easily. And if you're not you can practice your charisma. You can practice speaking to a woman. I say this jokingly, but when we go out, I tell all my friends, we're going to put up some shots tonight. We're going to put up some attempts.
Yeah.
Do that and get comfortable talking to women early on in your life.
Yeah. If
you're trying to learn that by the time you get, a certain level of success or money at 29, 30, you're so far behind the game, dude. So yeah, any 20, 21, 22-year-old kid, I would tell them work on your ability to talk to people in general. And that's going to help you talk to women. Try to be funny. It's another basic thing. Girls don't want to be bored, dude.
Yeah.
Make them laugh, entertain them. This is a show.
Yeah.
Dating is, it's a dance.
Yeah.
And, you got to be entertaining. You got to be on top of your shit, man. Yeah. So, and I tried very hard to do that as a young man. I always instinctually knew that was a good idea. And basically I would say freaking triple down on all of that stuff and block out all the noise, dude. Yeah. And you will accelerate your path to getting there.
Yeah.
You'll get there when you're 28 instead of 48.
Right.
It's a sad thing when I wouldn't want to be an old man and enjoying success then. I want to do it as young as possible.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. That's great advice. They tell you, hey, work all these years, and then when you're 60, 70, you can retire.
Yeah.
It's no, you want to be able to get to that as soon as possible. That's a great point by you.
And it's the same with women, dude. You don't want to be struggling with women until you're 36.
Yeah.
That's a sad life.
Yeah.
So, because there's a lot of fun experiences and good people that you're going to meet if you can get good at this early.
Yeah,
so.
For sure. If you could change one thing about the modern dating market, would you change anything?
Again, it's so hard to answer because I think it's a question that's almost irrelevant in a way because complaining about the rules of the game. Listen, if you're playing a game of chess and you're kicking my ass, I can, if I want, flip the board over and walk out of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, and I can complain about the rules and why the heck was Will so good and he beat me.
Yeah.
In the game of life, you can't do that.
Yeah.
All you can do is make the next best move on the chessboard.
Yeah.
So I guess what I would say is I'm going to do my best through whatever influence and reach I can grab in this life to try to influence the change that I would want made. So I guess what I could say is I would have more men try to teach their daughters as good as possible, right? I think it starts really, really young.
Mhm.
So as parents are teaching their kids the wrong stuff, dude. Guys are being given bad advice. Girls are getting bad advice. A lot of men teach their daughters to be men, be self-sufficient, never rely on a man, this and that. I don't want my daughter to be alone forever, dude.
Yeah.
I want her to find her man quickly and start her family that's going to make her the happiest.
Right.
So the things I'm teaching my daughter, which I think are different from the status quo, like, again, very important, find a successful man. I don't care if anybody calls you a gold digger.
Yeah.
So what? Like, place high importance on that.
Yeah.
It's going to make things easier. And don't only go for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing. You're only a gold digger if that's all you care about.
Yeah.
But if you care about the money and the charisma and he's in shape and it's important that he's funny and it's important that he would be a good dad, like all that stuff, you're no longer a gold digger. You're just a reasonable, smart person.
Yeah.
Okay. I teach my daughter that she needs to find somebody big and strong and tough that can protect her.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't date guys that aren't in the gym and don't have firearm knowledge and don't all this stuff, right? Because that situation can play itself out and you want to be with the most capable man.
Yeah.
And then the last very, very important thing that I teach my daughter is find a man that loves you as much or more than I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, all the money in the world, all the other stuff, if a man doesn't truly love you and is not in love with you, like I've been in love before.
Yeah.
And when a man's in love with a woman, there's very little he won't do. He will lay down his life for that girl.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's what I would say is, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say if I could snap my fingers, these are the changes I would make, but I'm going to do my best to try to teach the right lessons and affect change myself.
Yeah.
So
that's great advice, man. One more thing, we talk about ambition, right? And how men need to be successful and have that ambition. How do you see ambition from potential women? Like, is it more attractive when a woman owns her own business and has a master's degree?
Oh, these questions are so good, dude. I can't even describe it. My favorite thing that I'll tell a woman is, look, sweetheart, I don't care if you're a sandwich maker at Subway. That really, monetary stuff and success and ambition, that's my job. And I want it to be my job. Flip side, like nothing could actually be less attractive to me. Mm-hmm. Truly. Like, and I love you ladies. Like, listen, there's a lot of girls out there that grew up without fathers and don't have husbands yet. And they have to do that. And God bless you. Okay. Like truly, I actually respect it heavily. I'm a business owner, and any person, especially a woman who decides to proceed down that path, like, you're a gangster, dude. Yeah. Truly. And the respect, don't mistake what I'm saying right now for like a lack of respect.
Right.
But listen, it doesn't matter. Like if I found the perfect girl and she was a lawyer and she quit her job to go to work at Subway, it would be no difference to me.
Right.
If that's what makes you happy, for me as a man, my job is to make enough money that you can work or not.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, I don't require it. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mom, all that stuff. But like, look, if being a lawyer or a doctor or a business owner is something you're passionate about and you want to do that, do it for that reason. But under no circumstances are you to do anything for money in my house, because I'm going to handle that.
Yeah.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
If that's not working at all, if that's working 5 hours a week, 50 hours a week, or 500 hours a day, I don't care. Do what makes you happy. I'll handle that other shit, dude. That's the hard part.
Yeah. And I'm similar to you. I have an old school kind of mindset, similar to you. My woman in my relationship, the money and providing for, that's all handled by me. You are not making me more attracted to you by you making money and have all these degrees. Yeah. Now, women, I feel like if a woman doesn't want to put her trust in a man and she's been let down by men in the past, she's like, I want a certain lifestyle, I'm going to go get it myself.
Yeah.
All the respect in the world to you.
100%.
But the question is, are men more attracted to you because you have your own business or you have your degrees? The answer is no. I think that most men, I'm similar to you. If you bring me peace, if we vibe, if you're my person, like you said, you could work at Subway. I do not care because whatever money is needed, that's my job. I'm the man.
Yep.
I make the money. I provide. I protect. So I just want to make sure that, I do want women to understand that. If you're going to go out there and do it for yourself because you want a certain lifestyle,
cool.
Love that. But if you're doing that thinking that this is making you more attractive to men, I think most men see it the same way we do.
Yeah, 100%. Like people, it's a free country. Please do that if you want, but don't think that, again, the things I place value in, if you are a successful woman and you make my life heaven, then I care.
Yeah.
Right? Like, cool. But it's got to be, that alone would never. And listen, dude, the truth is, like, in my experience, women who proceed down that path, again, it's a very difficult path to get down. You got to be really, really tough to go down that path.
Yeah.
I mean, that I don't want a tough woman.
Yeah.
I want a sweetheart who's just going to make my heart melt and is not, I'll handle the toughness part. Like, that's not something that I care about or look for and is going to help in attracting me, for sure.
Well,
that's just me. There's all different types of folks on this planet. So
no, that's well said. I agree with you. Yeah. I don't need my woman to have a whole bunch of masculine qualities. That's my job. I want a woman because she's a woman.
Yep. And by the way, too, if you are that type of woman, you will find there are men on the planet that do love that. Yeah. Right? It's not me.
Yeah.
But listen, there's somebody for everybody out there. I really believe that. Like, whatever you are, that matches extremely well with another person on this planet somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. Very well said, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming in. I know that you had to go through a lot in order to come here today. I appreciate you making the extra effort, man. This was an A+ show. I appreciate everything you said. Is there anything else you want to touch on real quick before we get out of here? Any other topics or?
Man, not a topic necessarily, but just my last message. Young men, don't lose hope. Work on yourselves. Make sure that you're doing the right things. It's your responsibility to attract the very best woman you can. And girls, just relax a little bit. It's all good. Do the simple things too. Be a little bit more selective, folks. And I think that would drive competition and it would drive everybody else in society to be better in dating. If people had higher standards that they were held to, then that means a larger amount of people are going to try to raise to that standard if that's what is required to have any success in the dating pools. So have high standards. Don't feel bad about doing that. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Don't ever let anybody make you feel bad about that. Yeah. And then the last thing I would say is to just, if you're looking for me, Gage the Greek on Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me. So that's it, man.
And I'll make sure I have your social media tagged when I post this, man.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, all great points. I appreciate you coming on, man. This was excellent. And that's another episode. I'm your host, Will Scott, Elite Level Status Podcast. We'll see you guys next time.